Captured by photographer Jaez Duca, this seems to be yet another image that could potentially show paranormal activity. Duca notes that she took the photo in 2015, while standing in her kitchen with an empty cabinet visible behind her. However, there is also the face of what appears to be a young child visible behind her. In this case, it is exceedingly clear. Given the angle the photo was taken, it seems unlikely that a child would have been positioned behind the uploader on purpose. As Duca herself seemed shocked by the appearance of the mysterious face, one wonders if it might actually be some sort of supernatural intruder? The face is pale, with much of it being obscured by shadow. A single hand reaches forwards, gently gripping the photographer on the shoulder. In instances such as these, it is not uncommon for the person who took the photo to be able to recognize the potentially ghostly intruder. They often associate them with the spirit of someone they've known in life. However, in this case there is no indication from the photographer as to who or what this face might belong to. Could it potentially be the ghost of someone who had lived in the same house? If this does turn out to be the case, one can only hope that the spirit was just passing by, rather than planning on sticking around. The girl in the bookcase. In the basement of their suburban home, a family began to see the ghost of a little girl. One day, they heard her giggles, and turned around to capture this photo of her. She can be seen peering out as if she's inside the bookcase. Or perhaps as if she's sitting in the floral chair, and the bookcase is showing her reflection. Either way, she's definitely there, and she's definitely not human. This is a photo from Reddit, by user Donald Amandum. Here is his comment. Okay. Backstory. These photos were taken in like 2005, with a really crapshoot digital camera. My sister had just gotten one. It was just her and her friend Tommy in her room at the time. The photo on the left was taken with flash, and the right without, within seconds of each other. In the right photo, you can see clear as day, the face of one person, and the opposite hand of another. You can even make out very round glasses on the face. No one else was with them. Growing up in our parents' house, we always had strange things happen. Noises, things being moved, that kind of stuff. Maybe this was the person behind all of the activity? Unexplained black shroud. Naomi Flynn never expected any scary ghost photos of her very own. However, that changed when something sinister showed up in a photo of a young girl. Naomi snapped the photo of the little girl in the family's living room. She was standing in front of the television, and everyone who was in the room at the time is certain that there was nothing strange around that could have showed up in the photo. When the film was developed, they were surprised by what they saw. An eerie black shroud appears to be hovering behind the young girl. It is amorphous in shape, but almost appears like a piece of black cloth billowing and floating in the air. No one is certain of what could have caused this strange entity to appear in the photo. However, the dark color certainly brings to mind the possibility of a demonic entity. Unfortunately, there's not many further details available about this terrifying photo, but hopefully, the entity never made another appearance. The Stairmaster. On the stairs of a suburban home, there suddenly appeared a figure. She was dressed in old-fashioned garb, and seemed to be impervious to the railing on the side of the stairway. The man who captured her on film didn't notice her. He was a painter and took photos of all his completed jobs. But when he looked back at this photo, something was off, and it wasn't the paint job. A woman visiting Ireland was left with a spooky Halloween surprise while looking back at some of her holiday snaps. Jane Edmonds, from King's Lynn in Norfolk, England, spent a few days in Dublin, and went on a coach trip for the day, which included a visit to Kilkenny on Tuesday, October 22. During their brief visit, one of her friends from the US took a selfie in front of the iconic Butterslip Lane, using her selfie stick, and it wasn't until they were looking through the photos, a few days later, that they noticed the ghostly outline in the background. She said, "Some people have said it's a trick of the light, but we took other photos at the same time which clearly show the arch in the background. There's an awful lot of history in Kilkenny, but after all our searching we've failed to put a possible name to this figure." Doorbell camera catches hooded figure. These creepy photos were posted to Reddit by user WestsideWilly87 in an attempt to find some answers. While the first photo doesn't show anything out of the ordinary, the second will likely give you chills. The doorbell cam has seemingly captured an image of a hooded figure, lurking outside the uploader's house. This has led to several questions, about who or what it might actually be. The uploader asserts that the figure stood eerily outside their home, for 5 minutes before turning around and leaving. They also note that the figure seemed to have spotted the doorbell camera, and decided to remain hidden in the darkness. By avoiding the motion sensors, they have left the residents without a definitive answer as to their identity. The figure's appearance and eerie behavior have caused quite a stir online. Some have even questioned whether it was a human prowling through the front yard or possibly something supernatural. Some assert that, if you look closely, a cell phone can be seen in the figure's hand. The uploader's family have even suggested that it appears to be a woman in a dress, perhaps a wedding dress. Others think that the figure looks as though it is wearing a hooded cloak. Could it have been a member of a mysterious cult performing some sort of sinister ritual? Human or ghost, these creepy photos have left the uploader feeling understandably shaken, and bereft of any answers. Eerie figure lurking in woods. There are some moments in life that are too beautiful not to capture on camera. It's easy to imagine one's shock, when going back to look at these memorable photos, to instead find a chilling figure staring back at you. This is exactly what happened in the case of these scary photos, posted to Reddit by user Lonely Pines. The original image displays the stunning fall leaves the uploader meant to immortalize. However, if you take a closer look, there appears to be an eerie, white face peering out from behind one of the trees. Interestingly, the uploader also notes that their walk took place on an old homestead in Colorado. Supposedly, the ranch there once served as housing for the animals of the Barnum Circus during the 1880s. Eerie figure appears in photo. Reddit user Hi Sandwichman presents us with some seriously scary images of what appears to be a haunting captured by one of their friends after moving into their new apartment. Inside an apartment complex in Charleston, South Carolina, a woman was taking a picture of her dog sitting in the chair in front of her. In the photo, we can see her second dog wandering off in the background. What's scary is the dog seems to be approaching the ghostly figure of a woman. We are able to see a slightly hunched figure lurking in the shadows. It almost appears as though it has glowing white eyes. The posture of the dog looks like it's testing the waters to see if the figure is friendly or something to be feared. The ghostly figure appears to be that of a woman. Some viewers have speculated it could be someone who has potentially passed away inside of the apartment complex. Although the backstory of this apparition is unknown. Apparently, the woman who took the photo was home alone with all of the windows and doors locked. Creepy face watches from above. When photographer Shokola Chan captured this image, she was probably not expecting it to reveal something creepy. While everything seems normal at first glance, there is one section, in particular, that seems to show otherwise. Chan mentions that she was having fun with her cousin taking pictures in front of this old building, when her cousin suddenly spotted someone or something watching them. Chan reviewed the photo and was shocked to see a creepy face peering out of the darkness. While it is barely visible, if you zoom in you can see that there is indeed something there. It's pale and appears to have dark, sunken eyes. Eerie and out of place, the face seems intrusive and voyeuristic. While there is no information of whether the building itself was supposed to be abandoned, one's imagination can easily conjure up images of ghosts roaming the property's dilapidated hallways. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. See you soon.